All right, so I just got back from watching Paddington in Peru, the third live-action Paddington film. There might be some animated ones, I don't know. But yeah, it's been, how long has it been? About 8 years, I want to say, since the last Paddington movie. So this one has actually been out for our friends across the pond for a couple months now, but they're only now releasing it in the United States. I don't know if it's, been in other places like Australia or South Africa for a while, but it only just got released in the States a couple days ago. So I finally got to watch it. I should say, I really like the first two Paddington movies. I haven't rewatched them a lot, but I have seen them, and they are really, really good. So this movie had a, quite a high bar to reach, and I don't think it quite reaches it. It doesn't quite have the same sense of humor that the first two movies do, and it doesn't quite have that same heart that the first two movies do. And by heart, I mean, the best Disney Pixar movies and the best DreamWorks movies have like this really earnestness. I'm talking How to Train Your Dragon, Inside Out, The Lion King, those movies. I would put the first two Paddington movies in that category as well. This doesn't have that same sense of soul, I guess, if you want to be dramatic, but it's not a bad family movie. It's better than the other one that's currently out right now, Dogman, which I didn't hate Dogman, but it wasn't quite for me. This was more my speed type of family movie. There's a couple of jokes in there for adults as well, but it does seem like a lesser version of the first two movies. And that's honestly not surprising because the director of the first two did not come back to do the third one, so they got a new person, and obviously you're going to lose some magic there. But, as far as positives go, Paddington himself seems very in character. There's some really good performances from Olivia Colman, who plays the Reverend Mother at the retired home for bears that Paddington's Aunt Lucy stays at, and she just chews scenery. She's a great actress to watch, and I could tell she was having a lot of fun making this movie. And same goes for Antonio Banderas, who's one of my favorite actors. I said Harrison Ford was one of my favorite actors last review. I should say that about Antonio Banderas as well. Every time he shows up, I love whatever he's doing, and he's great in this movie as well. So, the plot is kind of bare bones. Again, not like the first two movies where you could see it has character arcs that even the adults could get into. You can kind of see where this movie's going pretty early on, but it moves along. It's got some fun jokes. The new setting is interesting, and yeah, it's just a charming movie that is inoffensive, doesn't quite, go as far as it could have in terms of quality, but it could be a lot worse. So I would say if you have younger kids who really watching movies, who maybe like the Paddington movies or whatever, this is definitely worth a movie ticket to go take them and just, treat them to a movie. You could definitely do a lot worse than Paddington in Peru. If you are someone who, doesn't love kids movies, I would say you could skip this one. You don't need to watch it. It's not like an essential movie like Inside Out 2 or, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, that sort of stuff. It's not quite there. But if you do like the first two Paddington movies, I would say this is worth checking out once it's on streaming. I don't know what streaming service it would be on, but once it's on a streaming service that you have, I would definitely say you can, spend a night checking it out. It's perfectly entertaining for adults. I would say if you haven't seen the first two Paddington movies, but you really do like quality, family entertainment like How to Train Your Dragon or, Megamind, Kung Fu Panda, that sort of stuff. Paddington 2 and the first Paddington, I don't know why I did them in that order, but the first two movies, go check them out. Go rent them. Go watch them. They're a lot of fun. So, if you're interested, there it is, Paddington in Peru.